Hello everybody, hope you're all keeping well. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's Beer Monster o'clock. And I've been to Home Bargains for this one. And it's by the Robinson's Family Brewers. And as you want to look close up, look at the bottle. It's called Beardo. I'm not quite sure what a beardo is, but I do have a beard and I'm a bit weird, so I suppose you could say I'm a bit of a beardo. Yes, Beardo IPA. I do like the Robinson's Brewery. I particularly like their beer, Old Thomas, a lovely ale that is. Very, very nice. So I'm hoping this follows the same sort of vibe and it ends up being very nice. We've got a bit of a plain bottle cap there. Yeah, I quite like the art style of this. I think it's £1.29 in Home Bargains. So I'm not sure if that's a good deal or not, because I don't know how much it normally costs. I've never seen it before, to be perfectly honest. It's a 330ml bottle, and it's 6% ABV, so it's packs a little bit of a punch, doesn't it? Anyway, let's crack her open and see what it's all about, shall we? Get the gun loaded. Oh, that didn't quite go to plan. I've opened it and it's just fired straight off on its own without pulling the trigger. It's a bit of a foul, isn't it? Never mind, it's open. That's the main thing. If I broke my gun, no, it's still working. Still getting used to how to use it properly, I suppose. Anyway, let's get her in the glass, shall we? Yeah, I don't know if this is a new beer or not. I've personally not seen it anywhere. But I don't know whether it's not selling well. Or a lot of the beers, they end up in Home Bargains because they don't sell well, I think. Or they're close to their sell-by date or whatever. I'm really not sure. Let me know if you can pick this up anywhere else, guys. And if you've tried it before, what do you think of it? Chuck it in the comments. Yeah, okay, so quite dark for an IPA, isn't it? That's my sort of first thoughts on the look of it. Got a nice white foamy head. It is quite dark. It's kind of an ambery, sort of orangey ambery sort of colour. Let's get a whiff and check out the aromas. Smells like it's got a very sort of English sort of vibe about it, this one. Pretty sure this is an English style IPA. Smells quite leafy and grassy, like the hops in this. And getting like quite a lot of caramel malt, actually. This is a different. Sort of slightly sweet smelling. I think like the English malts can be quite sweet sometimes. So anyway, let's try it and hopefully I'll enjoy it. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. Oh. It's nice, actually. It's got a very nice mouthfeel to it. It's a really smooth feeling mouthfeel, packed full of flavour. Definitely got that English vibe for sure about this one for me. You can tell there's sort of English style hops and stuff in this beer. Something quite earthy about it. Very citrusy. It's got a really big citrusy punch to it. This one for sure. Very, very citrusy. Maybe too much for some, but I have all that. Yeah, really sharp hit of citrus. In the background, you've got quite sweet caramel sort of malts. I really like this, actually. I do. I'm enjoying this more than what I thought I would. It's quite dry though. It does have a sort of dryness about it, but I also quite like beers that have that dryness. I can literally feel it drying out the sides of me, the insides of my mouth as I'm drinking it. Yeah, so it's a very, very dry one and very, very citrusy. Like that earthy sort of grassy, leafy, hoppy sort of thing about it. It's more sort of in the background. The main thing you get is definitely a huge hit of citrus. In the background, there's a slight bitterness, nothing much, and it's kind of like a leafy slight leafy sort of bitterness. Yeah, it's nice. It's a bit different. That's what I like about this one. It's you know, a lot of them taste quite similar, don't they? This one's something different, which I appreciate about it. And it's not too sweet for me. I think you need that sweetness to sort of balance it out a bit with that crazy citrus. Very citrusy indeed. Lots of like grapefruit, packed full of grapefruit. Like some sort of things like lemon zest. Got kind of a bit of a leafy aftertaste. So I reckon if you're vegan, you'll enjoy this one. Overall, I think it's a decent beer. It's not an amazing beer, but I'd say it's a very good beer. Something different. That's probably my favourite thing about this beer. It's a little bit different from the norm, especially with that sort of English sort of vibe about it for an IPA. It's nice. Personally, I think I prefer American IPAs, in particular sort of like West Coast IPAs with that big bitterness on the end. However, I'm very much enjoying this one too. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, guys. I like it. I would buy it again for the price I paid for it. You know, £1.29, decent ABV, packed full of flavour. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. And guy's got a beard like me, so you know, what's not to like? Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done already. And if you have done and you've made it this far, thank you so much for the continued support, guys. Until the next one, bye bye, darlings.